Hey, what's going on? This is Homebrewed Sessions. I'm Derek from WBRU, and we're here with Dan and Spencer. You guys are ZOX. How is it going?
We are half of ZOX.
Yes. We should point out.
I was going to say that.
Well, that's why we're the same half.
Hey guys, no fighting in the studio.
Look, we haven't seen each other for a while. There's going to be a little fight.
Well, that people like drama, so maybe it'll become like viral, like when Christian Bale yelled at the light guy or something.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah,
We got to get Spencer.
make some drama. So yeah, so John and Eli, also the other half of ZOX, and they're gonna. It's John ZOX, right? That's his last name, and that's yeah. So they're gonna be joining you guys for the show at Lupo's.
Hopefully.
But yeah.
Yep.
Fingers
God
crossed.
willing.
But right now we just got us here, so we're just gonna chat for a little bit, I guess.
Cool.
First question for you guys, I guess. ZOX was around from about 01, 02 to 08, 09. So we're 5 years past sort of the career of ZOX. And what have you guys been up to since?
Well, we had a few shows after that.
That's true. There was the show.
We weren't like.
It was maybe not. You weren't
constant.
like going out and on the big tours that you had been before, but you did play that show at Lupo's. And
Yeah, we've done a few of them.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, we're all four of us are busy with all sorts of stuff. Really.
Yeah.
We play music.
Together?
Not together.
Okay,
Well,
but-
we have.
We did, like, in the wake of ZOX's starting to tour less, we started an instrumental prog metal group called Cowgirl with an amazing local Rhode Island drummer named Chase Leonard. And, yeah.
We'll probably make an appearance at that show coming up as a drummer.
All right.
Actually,
That's
Not-
not
Yeah,
not with
I
us,
think
but
he
in
might.
another
I think
band.
Chase might get in there. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We were able to go pretty far out with that group.
Cowgirl.
There is an EP. There is a long lost EP that I believe Spencer has actually started to mix again with our
Is
with
that
the
available
engineer.
on the internet if I Google that?
One day.
There's
Okay.
something available out there.
If you Google Cowgirl, you definitely get something.
You will get some
You
results.
probably
if-
won't get our music. You'll get something though.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, we had that, and then yeah, I don't know. We both have been doing a lot of music. I started a band called the Step Kids, and we signed to a record label called Stone's Throw Records, and it's more of a soul project. And we've had a pretty good run. We toured around the world a bunch, and I don't know. I produce a lot of music too, and been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And then one night in New York, Spencer texted me and saying he was playing a show. And I went and checked it out, and it was an awesome band called Devil Makes Three, and that's Spencer's band.
It's not. I work for the band and play with them also.
Work in the band.
I work in the band, I guess. Well, for the band, mostly. But
That
You
makes
play-
it sound
you
like
play
you're
there,
an
too.
indentured servant or something.
no, it's a pretty cool job. It's a tech job.
Oh, okay,
and so
so-
like I'm pretty much on the road all the time.
Okay, yeah. So actually working for the band. Yeah.
Um,
Now I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right.
And maybe we should just clear up what were your two roles in the band?
I am/was the bassist and sometimes backing vocalist and sometimes keyboards and always antagonist.
Violin only.
Yeah.
Violin and violence.
Yeah, violin, electric
That's
violin,
pretty good, I like that.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
String stuff
Yeah, which is part of the
Mostly.
cool
and singing.
part of ZOX's sound definitely is the violin
Well, it's the best
part of what.
really.
Oh yeah, and I always felt Spencer was always no one ever talked a lot about it, but Spencer's voice was amazing. He had a very like high sting range. So I don't know. That's another key part of the ZOX
Yeah.
sound, in my not so humble
Now I'm
opinion.
picturing like a sea animal with Sting's face on it, like not a stingray, but a stingrange. And
Like
Oh, like a
Like a
stingray
seal
with
or a
Sting's
porpoise?
face, like a tantric
Yeah.
sex practicing stingray.
Exactly. Google that, and you're sure to get some.
Yeah, you'll get something similar to Cowgirl.
Yeah. So you guys were, pretty big in Rhode Island, especially not. I mean, you toured all around the world, but like one thing I think of is your second album that you guys put out, The Wait. in the debut, the week that album came out, it was the best-selling album in Rhode Island. So locals around here definitely big into ZOX, and I think it was really fun for Rhode Islanders to get behind you guys as something homegrown that was also becoming something bigger. So my question for you is, in your career, how much did you feel like you identified with Rhode Island and with ZOX as being like part of the local community, or versus becoming something bigger than just a local band?
That's a great question. Well,
thank you.
I think ZOX.
No, that was a great question.
That's really a question. I think ZOX was able to be what it was because of Rhode Island and the support we had here, and I know it's just a very like a lot of factors I think relating to Providence and Rhode Island enabled us to really focus in and do what we do. And
there's definitely somewhat of a thriving music scene here.
Absolutely. A lot of local bands that we love.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, not just Rhode Island, but New England in general, I think.
Sure.
We spent a lot of time traveling in a big, circle-y, crazy eight kind of thing and throughout New England.
Yeah.
It was cool to see people from, say, like New Hampshire coming to Providence to see shows.
Traveling around to see you guys.
Going to Portland to see shows and going to Burlington to see shows. And you see the same people around towns in New England, and that was always really cool.
You're
the other
right.
part of that, like, I mean, we'd all spent a lot of time here in Providence. Like, I lived here I came here later than the other three did, by a couple of years, but I've lived here for, I don't know, 12 or 13 years or something like that. And it has always been really cool to see, to know that there's like a community, a musical community in Providence and in Rhode Island. More so, I guess.
Well, yeah, I like that you mentioned New England too as a whole, because it's interesting now that you're. I just thought of this now that you brought that up. We're really lucky here in New England that we can do that and hit all these cities, and everything's kind of close. You just, that's not something you'd be able to do if you were a band in the Midwest or.
That's very true, and being based out of Providence was always really cool, because it's like, if you think about like the geography of like the eastern U.S., like it's pretty central.
Yeah.
So like a lot of different markets for music, like cities and stuff. Like you can easily get down to New York, to Philadelphia, obviously Boston.
Yeah.
Out to Western Mass, like Northampton and even Albany. And so it was always really cool to be located here.
Yeah, it's a cool spot because you can hit all those big places like you're saying, but also being centered here in Providence, there's a bit of a smaller community than, say, if you were just in Boston. So maybe it's easier to get to know bands and get to know people. Than in Boston, it might just feel like a bigger sea, or at least maybe that's just my sense of it from some other local groups that I've talked to.
Makes sense to me.
But,
Yeah.
Well, and anyways, so then you guys really hit the tours hard as ZOX, and you you had a few years there where you were playing just like 300 shows per year type big tours, and which is just unimaginable to me, because that must be insane. So I was wondering, was there like maybe something, maybe even just a little thing that you kind of took for granted before you were touring, and then once you got out on that hectic schedule, something that you realized like, oh my god, I that is totally different now, and I like took that for granted when I was more settled and things.
Being home and talking to people.
Yeah.
Really. It was a crazy schedule for a while. And yeah, we were away like all the time.
No, yeah, anyone who's doing music like that for a living has to make big sacrifices. Like most people who work, they're able to I don't know, do other hobbies too. Like I'm not able to go to a gardening club.
Yeah.
Once a week, or yoga or something when you're on tour. So
no, that's totally true. Like if you want to take like a class or something, like you can't.
Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah. It's just really whoever you're with. So that's
the
why
tour becomes a really big part of your life.
It's a 24-hour day
period.
job.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why big tours, like whatever, the Warped Tour or whatever have you, like it ends up becoming this whole community. Like in Warped Tour, you can certainly do yoga class because there's actually a yoga instructor who's hired by the tour to come and teach everyone in the tour yoga. But that's a very rare thing.
Yeah.
But that's also only because all those people are around all of those people every day, all day.
So they need some yoga to
you need some distraction.
Yeah. And if you guys wouldn't mind, just do you have any crazy stories from tours that you would not mind sharing with us?
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, one time, I'm just going to go out there. And I hope Spencer has one that's even better than this. But like one time we were in Ohio and we were lost. This was a while ago. This is before the smartphone, which is crazy to even think about, that we toured without smart. I mean, we had cells. But
probably even
what did people do before smartphones?
Yeah, a good question. I don't even remember.
Everyone was
apparently
dumb.
They did something because we're all here and we exist. But
how did they know what sex was without smartphones?
I know. How do they know what porn was? I don't. But we were lost in Ohio, this random small town, and we needed directions. And we just asked like the nearest. We saw someone on a street corner, and we were like, "Hey, this woman," and we were like, "Hey, we're trying to get over to like this university campus to play in this building. Like, can you tell us where that is?" And her voice was so weird. She just went, "I know where that is. You go down the street and take a ride."
I don't think she actually gave us directions, though.
Oh, no? She was just like, I just remember her saying, "I know where that is."
She just stated, "I know where that is." Like,
in the most mousy, weird voice ever, and it was really scary. So that's one story. I don't know what else. The first time we ever got pulled over by the cops, I was driving, and the officer this was in Missouri. The officer looked at my license and was like, "Step out of the car right now." So legally, I didn't have to. I don't know, like
state different.
He just did it to fuck with me, to mess around with me.
No, you can swear it doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Internet doesn't give a fuck.
Whoa.
shit.
But
crap.
maybe, yeah.
But he had me get out of the car, and I'm like, why? I didn't even understand. I didn't know my rights, so like I got out of the car, and like he was just trying to scare me, and like he was looking at my license in the car. He's like, "So, you guys a Christian rock band?" And I didn't know what to say. I was like, no, but people who are very Christian love our lyrical message. Everything was fine. But needless to say, I thought it was pretty hilarious being asked if we were a Christian rock band.
Like,
after he looked at my license,
he would have been like,
clearly,
"Oh yeah, sure. In that case, then you're fine. You can go then." Yeah.
Right, I know. That would have got if we happened to be I don't know, third day or something, we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yes, I had to think for a second.
I think that was the first time we were pulled over, but the next 2 or 3 times we were pulled over, which it really didn't happen all that much, and I think these are the only times it happened. But it was because at that point we had a trailer.
Yeah.
We had like a conversion van and that we lived in, and all our equipment lived in the trailer. And obviously it was registered to Rhode Island. And this has definitely happened a couple of times. One of them was at a gas station, and the cops we were pulling out of the parking lot, and they kind of semi-aggressively pulled us over and said, "Get out of the vehicle," and all that kind of stuff. And they ran the plates, and they were assholes. But they ran the plates, and the trailer plate came up. There was some sort of glitch in the Rhode Island system, and the trailer plate number came up as a reported stolen Camaro.
Uh-oh.
Stolen Camaro.
But a stolen
Do you
Camaro.
remember this?
I do remember that now.
It was an elaborate scheme, and you disguised this Camaro as a trailer so you could
I do not
run
understand.
away with it.
I don't
Camaro's
understand why this
inside
happened.
the trailer, locked.
I don't understand why this happened, but it definitely happened more than once. And finally,
The same problem, like the same
exact
Camaro,
same problem.
Like, did you guys steal a Camaro? And
well, they
And
wouldn't
then take
ask.
the license plate and stick it on the back of a trailer. Guilty as charged.
I don't get it.
you got me.
But finally, our drummer John was like, "This is enough. This is ridiculous. Like, we have to fix this." So
It's like when you hear about 5-year-olds who get detained at the airport or something because they have the same name as someone who is on the no-fly list.
Right, or cute little Jeffrey Dahmer, the 6-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just made that up.
I'm sure cute 6-year-old Jeffrey Dahmer is just adorable.
he was so cute.
And is there anything you guys really miss the most from your days of touring, or
I just missed
Couple
that.
things.
I just missed that odor of 4 people's bodily everything.
That musk that you can only achieve
I
after
miss the odor of
weeks the
Spencer's
gross
leftovers that he would leave in
proximity.
the van overnight all the time. A lot.
I'm pretty used to it because I still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just leave food out around in your house or your apartment or whatever and achieve that same.
No, the thing that you do miss, I mean, of course, like the camaraderie is really awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
love those moments when, actually, the very first kind of tour we did, we just went down to do a show in Maryland. Remember we played at like some college in Maryland? Eli's cousins came or whatever.
So many colleges.
But during that, some drive we took after, we were listening to Peter Gabriel live. And I think it was, I think it was Sledgehammer.
What was that?
No, it was
song?
Digging in the Dirt.
Digging in the Dirt.
And like just those moments where like we were all listening to that song live. We're like, wow, Manu Katché is such a great drummer. This is awesome. And like everyone was into it,
Yeah.
feeling it at the same time. Those are really good moments.
Yeah,
Moments
true.
like that.
Yeah, that's totally true.
definitely.
Only when you're listening to Manu Katché playing drums.
It's
but
really,
yes, it
really
happens.
bugging me that I can't think of the name of that school because I definitely have
Marymount.
driven past- Marymount.
Boom.
Yeah.
Was that Marymount? I don't know.
Saint Marymount.
Yeah.
Saint Helens.
College of St.
Marymount?
Mary's. It was
I
in
don't
West.
know.
It was in like the place
It
in
was
Maryland
Marymount.
where
No one will know.
where like white people have mullets in like Western Maryland.
Where white people still have mullets, even now.
Yeah.
Is that where?
This is like where Western Maryland meets West Virginia.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to get a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was out there.
You ever seen The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
Is that a real thing?
Is that?
What is that?
It's like a documentary about a family.
That's
in
what
West
it's
They
called.
were
Virginia.
allowed to make a movie.
That's
like-
crazy.
Watch it.
Do you know if that's on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on Netflix. It's somewhere.
Yeah,
You can definitely find the trailer on like YouTube or something. It's nuts.
that sounds pretty wacky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see some people with some missing teeth and lots of moonshine.
So it's like cheap production values Duck Dynasty. That's what you're saying.
Huh.
But no, other good thing. Obviously,
Yeah.
the biggest thing is when you're playing shows and you know a lot of people came to hear you play.
Yeah.
It's really humbling experience
Like
because
to hear other bands here, there will be moments. Big moment is like when you look out in the crowd and you see everyone mouthing the lyrics with you. or something
That's
like
great.
that. It's
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's
It's like, all right,
crazy.
these are like true fans. And
Right.
it's- Yeah.
Like you feel like the amount of enjoyment you can have doing it can't even match how much other people are enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
So that's just incredibly humbling. And
To add to that, also seeing other bands out coming to your shows.
Oh yeah,
as
sure. Yeah.
Well. Other musicians and stuff. Can
definitely.
you know that they're there for a reason and that they're appreciating it. And
Yeah.
I know when I go to a show, like as a musician, I really I listen.
You're there
you know,
for the
and-
music. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool to see like other bands out there too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Definitely. And then you guys, we mentioned a little bit briefly earlier. You had that show in 2011 at Lupos. Is that the last show you guys have played? At
think
least
so.
in
3
Providence?
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what prompted that? The getting back together and playing that show.
At that point, we were sort of making a habit of doing it once a year.
Right. So we had done 2009,
Okay.
2010, I think.
I
No,
think we did
maybe
it
we
every
skipped a
year.
year. But right, we were able to do it. I mean, every year we always talk about doing it.
Yeah.
But this year the cards just all happened to work out.
Yeah, we talk about it. Not even just once a year. We kind of talk about it all the time. Whenever.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
all the time, but like.
Right, because we totally realized like we had and still have a very special thing. Like I think the show is about half sold out already, which is just amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
people are hyped for the show.
totally. Like our old Lupo shows didn't even sell tickets this fast, so it just is proof that it's really worthwhile to do this, and it's such a great thing to do for the fans.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun.
Yeah, so that show, that's October 11th at Lupos, and 2 other bands, local groups that played with you before, Neo
yeah.
Nivo and the Sugar Honey Iced Tea, gonna be playing there,
Uh-huh.
and I guess maybe possibly more, maybe the drummer of Cowgirl,
You bet.
make an appearance.
CG.
We'll see.
All right, no promises on the Cowgirl, but Yeah, so that's October 11th, ZOX at Lupos. Anything else you guys want to plug while you're here, while you have the mic?
Well, now that you mention
within reason.
Oh man, I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Well, thank you guys so much for
Thank
coming
you.
by.
Yeah, thanks
you
for
very
having
much.
us.
Sure. That's yeah. We'll see you next time.